The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending Mahr's September Product of the Month webinar. Today's features product is the MarCator 1086R HR and 1087R HR digital indicators. As you can imagine, the HR stands for high resolution. I'm George Schuetz, your presenter, Director of Precision Gages in Providence, Rhode Island. And if you have any questions during the presentation, use the chat feature and we will respond to your question after the webinar by email. So let's begin. Today we're going to learn about the 1086R HR and 1087 HR high resolution digital indicators, what they are, some of their features. We'll look at their technical data, talk about data collection. What are the right applications for a high resolution digital indicator? And we'll look at the very special value being the product of the month. Now, as you know, Mahr offers a full suite of hand tools from digital calipers and depth gauges, digital indicators, and digital micrometers. All of them are featured, packed, modern looking, and very high quality, meant to be used at the point of manufacture on the shop floor. And often our pricing is very competitive or even lower than some of our major competitors. And Mahr, I believe, is the leader in low cost and transparent wireless data transfer because we offer the lowest cost receiver and free MarCom wireless integrated software. So we have a complete line of innovative hand tools, more than 100 calipers, digital depth gauges, digital indicators, and digital micrometers in various ranges, resolutions, and capabilities. But today we're going to focus on our digital indicators, especially the high resolution versions. And actually there's 4 versions of those. So let's take a quick look at the MarCator 1086R product line. You can see there's a whole family of different products with ranges, resolution, and capabilities within this line. But specifically, let's look at the 1086R. This is our basic 1086 version that is either a single resolution being 5/10 or switchable resolutions up to 20 millionths. These come in various ranges from a 1/2 inch all the way to 4 inches. These are wired products and have all the features of the 1086R digital indicators. This is a very powerful, very basic digital indicator, but has lots of great features. We then move into the wireless version. It comes with the ability to Mahr Connect with a connection or has integrated wireless built into it. Has all the same features of the 1086, has 5/10 fixed version or a switchable version, and again comes in sizes up to 4-inch range. Next, we have a number of a couple of WR versions, and this is the wet-proof version. It includes a special cap and a bellows to prevent the ingress of liquid contamination into the unit. These are fully range selectable and come in wired or integrated wireless versions in a 1/2 or 1-inch measuring ranges. And at the end of the line here is the 1086R-HR, which is the product being featured this month. It has wired Mahr Connect capabilities, all the features of the 1086, and comes with the added benefit of having a measuring resolution of 10 micro inches. So these are for those applications where the gauge is capable of having the ability to discriminate to 10 millionths of an inch. And this version comes in a 1/2 and 1 inch measuring range. And we also have the 1087 version of our digital indicators. Again, this one has a broad range of different products and offers a high resolution version. Well, let's take a quick look at this product line. As you can see, there's 5 different versions here. With the basic product, the 1087R and 1087RI, you can get these with Mahr Connect or with the integrated wireless version. And what sets the 1087 apart from the 1086 is that it has the dynamic measuring mode, the ability to do min, max, TIR for doing roundness or doing exploring for bore for the minimum size. These have selectable ranges, come in 1 and 1 inch versions, and have resolutions to 20 millionths of an inch. The 1087BR and BRI are specifically designed to be used with, say, adjustable bore gauges or split ball bore gauging. Besides having the dynamic capabilities of sweeping through the gauge and recording the minimum value, they have a unique switch arrangement which puts the reset feature easier for the operator to use. So now the operator can quickly reset the dynamics, sweep through the bore, capture that minimum value, and then easily transfer that data if needed. And finally, on the 1087 is the 1087R-HR, which is the version for high resolution. It has wired Mahr Connect. It has the dynamics as featured with the 1087, but this is the 10 millionth version of the 1087R. So higher resolution, higher performance, meant for those high tolerance applications. This has a 1 inch and a 1/2 inch measuring range capabilities. So why do we need a high resolution version of the 1086 or 1087? Well, the 10 millionths of an inch gives us the capability of using it in gauges that are designed for these applications. This could be a Dimentron plug, for example, or an SM60, or being used carefully with an 844T gauge. You can start using and putting into use the accuracy level and resolution of the 1086 or 1087. Now it does have, along with the higher resolution, increased accuracy. Now these accuracy or error limits are over the full 1/2 inch measuring range. So having a 1/2 inch measuring range with a 70 millionth accuracy level is a very high performance digital indicator. And these repeat to 20 millionths of an inch. So in many applications, this does take the gauge to a step better than it's capable of with an existing digital indicator, or by far a dial, a comparator, or dial indicator. So you can really improve upon the resolution and performance of existing gauges. And sometimes when doing a GR&R, when you're trying to get that last percentage to get that gauge within spec, switching to a higher resolution will allow the gauge to look a little bit better for the data collection and potentially improve the GR&R of that gauge simply by moving to a higher resolution digital indicator. Now, what are some of the features that are built within the 1086 and 1087? Well, both of them have the reference system built into them. The reference system allows the 0 to be just set once, and the unit will remember that 0 setting even if it's turned off, and it will be held again until it's manually re-zeroed by the user. So there's no need to re-zero when the indicator is turned on. So that just sets a step or saves a step when using the product and reduces the chances of making an incorrect error, reading. Some other key features of the 1086. Of course, it's the nice large display that can be seen on the product. So you get the large display that can be set for a comparative mode against 0 or a preset value, and you have the ability to set tolerances. So you have your markers for over and under tolerance or within range. If you want to make it even simpler for the user to use, we have a symbol capability for tolerances, which clearly show either the part being over, under, or within tolerance. These digital indicators are IP54 rated, which means they're protected from dust, and they have protection against splashing of water against the device. It can't be submerged, but it's really meant for being used next to the machine tool. These indicators come with the wired universal data interface from Mahr Connect, which means you can select the type of data that you want by the cable that you plug into it. And we have cables for USB interface that allows you to interface many indicators through a USB hub. We have Digimatic capabilities, and we have an RS-232 version. So it's very easy to connect the 1086 or 1087 to a data collection system. We have the absolute function where you can switch between preset and direct reading if needed. We have a locking function that prevents the user from accidentally re-zeroing or getting into the menu system and changing functions. As a supervisor, you can lock out some of these functions. And what Mahr's indicators are really known for is their long battery life. Typically, with these types of products, we can get up to 3 years of battery life with a single battery change. Now, the 1087 has many of the same features, but this has the dynamic capabilities built into it. And you can use the dynamics for checking runout, flatness, looking for the min or the max when doing a dynamic measuring. So these have that capabilities built in. And because the dynamics are built into the indicator and it's not done externally, you can get very fast response with these types of digital indicators to really capture that dynamic reading. These have a two-part display where they have the digital values and large clear digits, plus there's the added benefit of an analog dial, which you can change the range and resolution on. So this is a great way of observing that dynamic reading while it's in process to know that both you're on range and you're collecting data to the minimum value. This also incorporates tolerances, so you can see where the tolerance limits are actually on the analog display, and if the value goes beyond that, you get an indication on either side of the scale showing that you're beyond scale. Of course, we have the same Mahr Connect interface for USB, Digimatic, and RS-232. We have the lock function, and we have the extended battery life up to 3 years. So those features, the dynamics is probably the key feature for the 1087. The TIR mode is ideal for checking runout, concentricity, and flatness. TRI also is used to calculate the difference between the min and the max to give them those recordings. And with the min value, you can use this on your sweep gauge or your split ball gauge to let the operator sweep through that bore measurement and capture the minimum value, giving a very safe and easy to use and secure min function of that diameter. Of course, we have also within the ability, we talked about the absolute function, but the multiplication factor is also a key feature. If you're using the gauges with a V plate, a 3-point measurement, or a chamfer type gauge, which has a lead in, those gauges require a multiplication factor. So it's easy to put that multiplication factor into the unit. The display shows that that function is active, so you know it's being used, and now you can get accurate measurements with this type of gauging situation. With the rotating bezel on both the 1086 and 1087, you can set the bezel to give the operator the best viewing mode for the operation, so you can look at it, read it properly and easily. This is very commonly used in a 1044T gauge. You want that gauge easily to be used by the operator. And again, this is Mahr Connect, a wired system, USB, Digimatic, RS-232. It allows for data collection easily into MarCom, and MarCom is our way of collecting and transferring data to other modes. And why do we want data collection? Well, it's good for documenting the process, whether it's good or bad, learning about the process and controlling it, making process improvements, and for gauge tracking, because MarCom allows us to assign a serial number or a unique identifier to the gauge, and we can now control that gauging process to collect not only the data, the gauge it was measured with, and we can track the gauge for recalibration as needed. And of course, we provide MarCom Professional 5.3 as a free download from the Mahr.com website. And this acts as a way to collect data from wireless gauging, our add-on technology, or integrated products like the 1086 and 1087. And this works in the background to send data to Excel, to QStat programs, virtually any type of Windows-based program, or with our Muxbox simulator to any third-party software. So this is a free and easy way to get data to your software and data collection. We offer ways to collect data, multiple gauges at once through either a foot switch or a keypad. We can tie serial numbers and item numbers to that data collection. So this is a very powerful tool for bringing data collection to the shop floor. So where do we want to use these high resolution digital indicators, the 1086 HR and 1087 HR? Well, you want to use it with gauges that are capable of making use of that high resolution. Portable fixed plug gauges like our Dimension plugs are ideal for this type of application. They're easy to use, no operator influence. They have very high repeatability. So these Dimension plugs are ideal gauges for high resolution applications. The same thing with our SM60. This is a precision OD measuring station, and it's ideal for a high-res digital indicator because we can set 0 with the contacts closed and now use this as a direct reading measuring system, taking advantage of the high accuracy over the full measuring range and the high resolution. Of course, you can use this in other types of bench fixture gauges, even those ones with multiple digital indicators. With MarCom, we can use that wire data collection, and with a single foot switch or keystroke, collect all that data simultaneously. You can even use it with our portable ID/OD gauges. Of course, it takes a lot of operator skill, but you can take advantage of the high resolution capabilities with the high resolution versions of the 1086 and 1087. Now, all these specs for these products are found within our catalog. The catalog pages show the capabilities and features, the specifications, the resolutions, and the ranges of these various products. The same is true with our 1087 R-HR. It comes with shows the specifications, the features, the ranges, and resolutions. So you can get the full capabilities by reviewing our pages in the catalog. And what makes the 1087R-HR and 1087R-HR very special is that it's our product of the month. We're offering it at a special price this month, and you get a Mahr mug when you purchase a 1087HR or 1086HR this month. This PDF is available that shows the ranges and resolutions along with the special pricing. So today we've discussed these high resolution versions of our digital indicators, what these products are. We talked about the whole family and the special features and accuracy of the HR versions. Talked about the features, the applications, how it's specifically dedicated to the Dimentrons and SM60, for example. We talked a little bit about the wired data collection from these products and why it's the right choice for inspection at the point of manufacture for both tighter tolerance applications and because of its IP protection, it's meant to be used out on the shop floor. And because it's Mahr's product of the month, it's really a great value. And why consider Mahr? Well, Mahr has a broad range of products for industrial metrology. Also, we have a great team of people here that can support you with our application competence and direct you to the best gauge or measuring system for your application. We have wired and wireless hand tools to help you reach Industry 4.0, and we also offer promotional prices and high quality to achieve the best measuring value. So after this webinar, we're going to send you a link to the recording of this, and we'll refresh you with the PDF data sheet of product of the month. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for attending these Mahr webinars. And again, if you had any chat questions, I will respond to them after the webinar. Thanks again for your attendance.